Alright, so we are adding actual shoe soles onto the bottom of our feet. We are going to be gluing them on because we need shoes or we'll just tear holes in the bottom. So I'm going to take this X-Acto knife and I'm just going to cut it off. But I can't do it with one hand, so that's all you get to see. So this is the last fitting before we start gluing things to it. Put it on to make sure everything fits all right. Look for any seams like this one right here, which I'll need to go over later, but I'm not worried about that right now. So we had 3 different sizes of spots. I also put this on so we could compare the different sizes. So we had a big one, a medium, and a small one, and the other one's over there. But so we compared the reference images to our own body proportions and have ultimately decided to go with the biggest one because it'll look the best proportion-wise on us. So right now I am going to take this off, get some kind of plastic bag on my foot, and then put the feet back on because we are going to be covering them in E6000 and gluing on shoe soles so that when we are running around and doing stuff in these, that they don't start ripping, tearing, or getting dirty on the bottom. We want these to last, and we are going to be outside and jumping around, so this is just the best thing for it. So that will take us the rest of tonight, and then maybe tomorrow we'll actually be able to glue the spots on.
Yeah.
Woo! So we're going to be cutting out all the spots, hopefully all the spots, while we wait for this stuff to dry, because it takes, 24 hours?
Mm-hmm.
24 hours to like cure, but we're not going to keep them on for 24 hours. After about 2 hours or so, we should be able to take them off. So, yay, making progress.
Okay, so to do the soles, we're covering our feet in plastic bags. She's already done it, so I'm catching up. Then we're going to stick our feet into the suits.
Yeah. Your feet will get sweaty, but you stop feeling it after the first 5 minutes. So it's all good.
So our feet are covered in the plastic so that the glue that we're about to put on these soles does not get on us.
Ooh, we may have to cut those down. They're a lot bigger than your feet.
My feet are little, I guess. These are my shoes, though.
I think it'd be easier if we take it off of the back than the front. This, I don't know, what feels more natural? Took our feet out of the costumes and we are going to leave them alone overnight. Left the tape on them.
Yep.
Went and touched up a couple of spots on the sides because it had either been missed or just wasn't good enough, so hopefully tomorrow when we put them on they will be good. You're supposed to leave those alone for 24 hours, but preferred like 72 before you do any heavy anything with it, and we need them to be done in about 12.
Yeah.
Because then we get to cover ourselves in spots.
how many spots? So we just spent the last hour or two,
Like 2 hours.
cutting out. Each of us needed 104 spots at least, because I sat there with reference. Spent the last hour or two,
Like 2 hours.
cutting out. Each of us needed 104 spots at least, because I sat there with reference and I counted the best that I could, and that's the number I ended
There's so
up with.
many spots.
So we just cut out so many spots. So hopefully tomorrow we have as many as we need.
And we don't have to cut more spots. We also figured out that we have to do them. We can't both just get in costume and just glue the spots onto one another because of the gloves. So
Yep.
we have to go one at a time and then be in it for about 2 hours before taking it off to do. But it's coming along and it's going well. And
Yes.
I mean, I don't want to do this again.
No.
But it's worth it for this time around. It all fits pretty perfect. We didn't have
Yeah.
to make very many major alterations. We had some sewing problems here and there. Yesterday I couldn't do anything, and today she couldn't do anything.
Yep.
So we're even.
We've both had our share of bad luck,
Mm-hmm.
but hopefully that is behind us.
Your shoes.
They're sticky.
So it has been not 24 hours yet, and we have decided to go ahead and put these on to do the spots.
Yeah,
It worked!
it worked.
We're gonna have to go over the very edges because of where our feet naturally did or didn't reach on the soles. You know, yeah. So now we get to mark the different spots, locations, so that it is consistent all the way up and down, and it will be wonderful.
Yes.
Forever happy.
time is it? Like 12:30?
It's like 12:30. We started around 8.
Yeah, it's 12.
So it took like 4.5 hours, and we used up every ounce of our E6000 tubes. So you may want to get more than one. That way you don't have to skimp on it near the end.
Yes, because we started to skimp on it, and there are quite a few spots that I personally, on mine, would like to go over and try to get the edges down a little bit better. But ran out of glue.
But yay, we're done!
Yes. And we will never be making this ever again.
Ever.